Hey, what's up you guys? It's your girl Sierra and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, as you guys can tell by the title, I decided to put together a little video of the top 3 things that I wish that I knew before I had my gastric sleeve surgery. I had my gastric sleeve surgery back in April 1st to be exact, and I'm actually about 4 months out, and it's like insane how time flies, you guys. Like I can't tell you, like I feel like it's been forever since I had it, but it's only been 4 months and I'm currently down 75 pounds, which is amazing. I feel great and I'm just super excited. So these past couple of weeks have been a little crazy. I've been just kind of going through a lot with trying to adapt with some new vitamins and also just trying to adapt with different foods and trying to see what Whitney is liking and not liking. Still 4 months out, it's still like trial and error for me. Which is why I kind of just want to hop into the top 3 things. And as I'm sharing these top 3 things, it's really going to be more so like explaining my point of view and things that I went through and kind of things that I'm experiencing. It's going to be like a real chill out video. I'm going to be sitting here doing my makeup, getting pretty. So if you guys are into that and you want to see me do my makeup, then you can keep on watching. So like I said, these past couple weeks have been a little stressful. We have been going through a lot with adapting with our new kitten. If you guys don't know, we did get a new kitten. Her name is Cleo, and if you guys haven't already, you should follow me on my Instagram. I'll post that right here so you guys can go check that out. I always post like different pictures and videos of all my animals and stuff like that on my Instagram. So we got a new kitten and she's honestly been waking us up super early, probably like 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the morning. Even worse than our other cat. Like I told you guys, our other cat was on like this really, I don't know, bougie regimen where she thought that she could be waking up at 7 o'clock in the morning and bossing us around 7 o'clock at night to be fed. Like, I'm like, excuse me, I'm the owner. I own you. Did you forget this? Like every day it's meow, 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 feed me, feed me. She's like yelling at me, like she yells at me, okay? I'm telling you, like the type of relationship we have, it's like abuse. But like it's not me to her, it's her to me, and it's stressing me out. But so we have the kitten and she hasn't gotten her shots yet, so they're not like, you know, introduced yet, so we can't, you know, have them just free wandering around. So it's kind of like we got to keep an eye on there, but we don't necessarily want to keep her locked up in a crate. We want to make sure that, you know, she's getting her playtime and things like that. I'm not necessarily going to be talking about products. If you're interested in any of the products that I use, I more than likely would just put them linked down below. I've never done this before. Like, start with foundation. Who the hell am I? Alright, this is going left already. Anyway, so I want to get into my first topic because I'm gonna go ramble forever and ever. So yeah. So if you see me looking over to the side, it's because I have a list of the different topics that I wanted to touch on just because I'm gonna forget. So the first one that I want to talk about though is appetite change. So ever since I had my weight loss surgery, I mean, of course, you're gonna have an appetite change. Your stomach is 70% smaller than the average stomach, which, okay, I completely get that. So what I didn't understand was that it wasn't just gonna be like, oh, you can't eat as much or you just couldn't eat certain things. It was like one day I would be able to eat chicken and the next day my body would completely hate chicken. Like my taste buds wouldn't want it, just like putting it in my mouth, trying to chew it up. Like my stomach and my body just didn't want me to swallow the food. It was strange. Like same thing with like tuna fish. If you guys saw my last vlog when I was on vacation, when we had stopped at Subway, we had went and got tuna fish because I figured that would be like the healthier choice for me to get some protein in, and for some reason it made me so sick. Like, oh my god, I was so that feeling, it just makes you so upset. And oh my god, that just it's like, it feels so defeating at like, you know, some point, because it's like one thing like with the appetite change, like that I always try to explain to my boyfriend, it's like sometimes like you really don't know what you're in the mood for, because you don't know like what your body is going to allow you to eat like a good amount of before you either feel too sick, or you're just like ugh, like you just feel uncomfortable and like your body doesn't even like want you to like swallow it. And it gets to the point where, yeah, like, you know, people would be like, well, you have to force yourself, you have to like, you know, get the nutrients in. Like, it's it's very challenging. It's like, I get the saying that you're no longer living to eat, you're eating to live, but it's just, it becomes very frustrating, you know? So with that being said, so like I didn't really understand that like my appetite would change so drastically, like to the point where, you guys know that I have the acid reflux. So I mentioned before that I wasn't really eating much in the morning. I would eat like probably around noon, 1 o'clock for the first time, and I'm talking aside from like protein shakes or like drinking stuff. I really wouldn't eat until probably like 12, whatever the case may be. And I honestly would probably like, and if I'm being real with you guys, I'm still balancing with work and trying to get my food in. And it's like, I work on Mondays, I work from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. And then now that I'm esthetician lead, by the way, let me just throw that in there, they promoted me, made me esthetician lead. I'm actually training and doing stuff right now that's like, you know, always having me occupied. It's become even more of a challenge for me to like have those breaks where I'm getting some type of snack in, some type of meal in. Definitely staying hydrated, because your girl ain't playing. I told y'all I wasn't playing. But it's like becoming a little bit more challenging and becoming a little bit more frustrating, because what happens is, it's like there's days where, okay, well, I think that my body wants to eat or tolerate chicken breast or something like that, or even like tomatoes, or like, it's just like the weirdest things, like things that I normally have no issues with, just out of nowhere one day it's like I try to eat it and it's like, what the hell, my body doesn't want to eat anything. And like, that's just, it's so frustrating to me. Like the taste buds change. It's like things that you used to love before, like you don't necessarily care for anymore. A lot of times, like beverages, oh my god, and beverages, like when my boyfriend gets drinks, they're so freaking sweet now. Like I can't even tolerate them. My go-to drinks right now are caffeine-free green tea, which is so good. Like if you put like lemon and like mint leaves or cucumber, oh, it's amazing. I love that. And I'm doing water, of course, because that's like the main thing. And honestly, I feel like because I've been drinking so much water, my skin has gotten so much better. Like you guys remember I was having like those flare-ups with my skin. Side note, I really think it has to do with a lot of water that I've been drinking. And probably the diet change. All the shit's out the window, so I mean that can play a really big factor. But yeah, so with that, like the appetite change, I feel like I'm gonna go rant, so like I'm just gonna leave it at that. Like I've heard someone mention it before that like, yeah, like your body's gonna like certain things, and on different days it may not like certain things. I just didn't think that it would be this soon, number one, and two, that constant and that frequent of like changing. It's just like some days I wake up and I'm just like, I don't even want to eat anything today. Like I don't even want to. I'm using my Born This Way concealer, you guys. I'm obsessed with this concealer, and hopefully this can fix my eyebrows because they looking a little fudged up, but y'all gonna come for me anyway, so I don't really care. I mean, I might as well just point the elephant out in the room because they look a little crazy. But with that being said, let's move on to number 2. Second topic. Did you guys see that I was about to try to throw up the third finger there? So the second thing that I wish that I knew was how frequent I would have to eat and that I would still have cravings. Like I thought that somewhere down the line, I don't know who said this, I don't know where I thought, but somebody said that you didn't get hungry. And I might have even said that at one point in time, because it is true that like after you first have the surgery, like you don't really feel hunger much. And there's still, you know, times throughout the day where I'm not really as hungry as, like, you don't feel like, oh my god, I'm starving. Like, you can manage, but you know that you should be eating something, you know, to sustain yourself. But boy, dude, I just like skip over the fact that when you do get hungry, like say like if you go a long period of time without eating after the surgery, like you are hungry. Like my stomach cramps up, she's yelling at me, Whitney's pissed, she's cursing me out from A to freaking Z. No. And then if I even try to give her food at that point, sometimes she's even more pissed, and it's just like, what the hell, like you can't win. And like that's when I said, like, you know, I wish I knew that like I would have to be basically putting myself on more of a schedule when it comes to when I eat, how frequent I'm eating, and making sure I'm not skipping meals. All I can say is that this multitasking thing is not made for people that like to whip and flip their hands while they talk, you know? Because I like to talk with my hands, and we still on my eyebrows. So let me do these brows off camera real quick and come right back so I can tell my story. Okay, so the brows are done, finally, after 7 years. Anywho, so I freaking love how this concealer looks, like as a base underneath my eyebrows, man. Okay, I'm feeling it. Alright, anyway, so we're gonna go into the next one. Now, as I was talking about like the appetite change and then also the cravings, so what I have noticed is that I've been having some late night cravings, and when I mean late night, I mean 2 o'clock in the morning, and Whitney is growling up a storm like, feed me, baby. 2 o'clock in the morning though, like this is what you want to do? Like, she just really wakes me up and is like, you need to eat right now. And you know what? I'm not down with that. I wasn't ready. I didn't hear nobody saying that there was like these late night cravings things, and you know, honestly sometimes I don't feel as bad because like I said, I usually eat later in the day anyway. So I mean, and then sometimes with like my work schedule, it comes around where I may not be able to eat as much as I need to and get enough in. So sometimes I don't feel as bad when I'm having like a healthy snack just to kind of like hold me over. So like I'll go and get like some watermelon or something like that. So I literally just sat here for the last 15 minutes trying to rip this damn shadow outside of a damn palette. Anyway, this is from the Dose of Colors I Love Sarai palette, and I love the shade, but that palette just broke on me and got hella messy, so I just had to throw it away. I was just like, screw this, I can't do it. I can't do it. Okay, so like I was saying, like, yes, I do get those cravings, and usually I go for that healthier alternative, but sometimes, you know, you guys, it's like, yeah, you're human. Like, you're not gonna wanna, you know, deprive yourself for the rest of your life. So it's okay to like give in and like have like a couple, but do keep in mind that it's like temptation, and that damn temptation is real as hell. And I just was slipping back into my old habits for a second. It's possible, like even after the surgery, and this soon after the surgery, it is very so possible to slip back into old habits and just do things that are not necessarily the benefit for your health. And I feel like I started to notice myself doing that, and I got really upset at myself, and you know, I was getting really depressed, and I'm like beating myself up about it, like, hey, like, you know, you're not supposed to be eating like this, you know, you gotta do better, like you're supposed to be getting more protein in, you're supposed to be getting more fluids in. And it's like, what is the benefit of beating yourself up about it? It's literally just, to me, I tell myself, make a video about it, help somebody else with it, and move past it, and just learn from your mistakes. That's what I had to tell myself. But you know, if that's not something that you can do, if you're not comfortable sharing your, you know, feelings about that, you know, what you're going through and how you're feeling, then, you know, maybe talk to a friend or something like that, or, you know, write it down, whatever helps you through it. Why hell are the hairs on this brush like this? Like, I was washing a little too rough. Goose fava, Sierra, goose fava. So now I'm just taking the Riviera palette and taking this peach shade on this fluffy brush. And that's what I'm using to diffuse that brown shade that we placed down the first time. And then I'm going to take Palm, which is that pretty brown shade too, and just deepen up the outer corner. But yeah, with such a crazy like appetite change and just not being able to eat certain foods, I find myself going back and forth with like just being really frustrated and, you know, upset, which leads me to like my last point. I had a lot of people ask me like, you know, how I went into surgery and like the whole process just fearlessly and didn't really have like, you know, like I didn't really show you guys that like I was scared, because honestly I really wasn't, because this is something that I really wanted and I did all my research on it and I knew I was ready for it, you guys. Like I was ready. Like you couldn't tell me anything to talk me out of it, and still to this day I stand so strongly behind it because I still think it's the greatest decision I've ever made. Yes, I am going through a lot with it and learning a lot with it, but I wanted to stress to you, like, number 3 is that it is a mind game. Like, this whole thing, like, in life, it's all a mind game. How we handle things, how we tolerate stress, how we prep for things when we're scared. Like, I know a lot of people are expressing that they were scared about, like, the surgery and the possible consequences and, like, you know, the things that could possibly happen. And, you know, something that, like, me and my boyfriend talk about a lot is, like, the fear that, you know, we hear, like, you know, the things that we hear that happen to other people is what creates the fear in our heads. And if we're sitting there dwelling on it and, you know, getting so wrapped up into it, it's like we'll never accomplish anything in life. We'll never take any risk in lives. We'll never move up and, you know, achieve anything if we're just so focused on the fear of what happened to somebody else or what we heard can happen. And, you know, it's like, you guys are not even in a hospital yet. Like, why are you, like, don't even put that thought in your head. I tell everyone, it's like, you know, you try to put the more positive thought in your head. And I know that for my boyfriend, sometimes it's just not freaking realistic. Like, let's be real. Like, no one wants to be on that positive kick all the time, but really just think about the difference of how it makes you feel when you're thinking better and you're talking to yourself better and you're treating yourself better, and how more productive you are when you're that way with yourself as well. I have no idea what I'm doing with this look, but it's just happening and it's just going. Like, and this is pretty. This is the Stila liquid eyeshadow in Kitten. I like that, I think. I need a brush. But, so a couple other things that I noticed that after the surgery was that a lot of people were asking me, and they like were so worked up about hair loss. And I remember that I would watch videos and I would hear, like, you know, people like getting so like freaked out about hair loss, and I'm like, why are you freaking out about hair loss? Like, you know, it's gonna happen. But now that it's like actually happened to me and I realize that it can happen so soon, I understand why people are freaking out. And it's not necessarily because, like, I guess it's like, oh, it's my hair, like, da-da-da. It's just like, I feel like for me, it's more so the combination of a lot of things. It's not just hair loss. It's like, yeah, every day, like, I have to deal with brushing out mounds and clumps of my hair, but it's that, and then also I have to deal with the fact that my stomach is not tolerating my vitamins, so it's making me sick. And then also my stomach is not tolerating this kind of food. I need to make sure that I'm staying on top of my protein. I need to make sure that I'm doing this, and today Whitney is doing this, and today, like, it's always something. And I felt like that's where like a whole bunch of like my stress and like anxiety was coming from. And then I had to like tell myself, like, yo, take a step back and realize what the hell you're doing. Like, you're stressing yourself out, you're freaking out for nothing, and you have to understand that there's a reason why this is happening. You knew this was going to happen. Like, you knew that there was going to be hair loss. Yes, you didn't know that it was going to be this soon, but it's like, I kind of have to give myself that little powwow to like bring it back. Like, this is not the end all be all. Bring it back and just recollect your thoughts and understand that, you know, there's things that we can do. I don't know what it is exactly, what I can do to help save my hair, but I'm definitely doing a whole bunch of research. Although I did go to cosmetology school and I should know the ins and outs, I just know that biotin by itself is not helping me. My hair is a lot drier, and it's really frustrating. It's really frustrating. Along with that, and like in a conjunction of things, I can definitely see how something that a lot of people don't talk about is like a social anxiety thing, and I personally deal with that a little bit now because prior to having the surgery, you know, going in public areas, going on rides, as you guys knew when I got kicked off the Six Flags ride because I couldn't fit, going to the beach, going out and sitting in like a diner and a booth and things like that. It's like I do notice is that I'm not as uncomfortable as before, but now in certain situations where I'm wearing certain clothes, actually mainly clothes is where I'm finding myself being uncomfortable. I'm uncomfortable shopping for clothes because I still have the mindset that I'm bigger than what I am. It's really frustrating. I have like, for some reason, like I find that like when I look down at myself, I'm like, I look like I'm bigger than what I really am in my eyes. I don't know, it's strange. I don't know, you guys. I'm just trying to vent and like express to you what has been going through my head. But with all that being said, I'm not trying to really like dwell on it so much, like, and on a negative aspect. I really wanted to stress the point that like, even though we do have these thoughts, we're human, we're going to feel these things. You know, we had our stomach removed, but we didn't have our heart removed, we didn't have our brain removed. So we're going to still have these thoughts, we're still going to have these cravings, and we're still going to have like these battles. But I definitely feel like it's making me a better version of myself. It's making me learn things that I didn't really know about myself. It's challenging myself to open up and try different things that I didn't really think I would. And I know it sounds like, you know, mushy gushy, but you know, it's a really great thing, and it's something that I didn't really expect out of getting weight loss surgery, that it would open my eyes up to so many different things. Like I talk to people about things that I would never talk to people about before, like on a daily basis, like even at work and stuff like that. So yeah, I am going to finish that. Okay, so as you guys see, I just fast forward to finish the rest of the face, and I just wanted to come back on to finish up the eyes and the lips. So we're going to be going back into this brown shade that we started off with, and like I said, this is from the Dose of Colors I Love That I Eat collection. I hate that my air just keeps kicking on like that. And we're just going to drag that underneath the eye. I'm using my Morphe M562 brush for this, just in case you was wondering, I know I said I wasn't going to mention products, but I can't help it. Like, you know, I'm trying to be a YouTuber, trying to. So first of all, I love this color. It's like such a pretty, like rusty-ish, brownish-ish. Oh no. Whatever you call it, I love it. And literally throw this on like the top of the list of the easiest eye looks I feel like I have ever done. Like, I love this. It's so simple. And I didn't even switch brushes. I just went into the Riviera palette and took that Estate shade, which is that peach one down there. And I just blended it out so it was nice and soft. Now I'm going to pop on a little bit of mascara, and then we're going to do the lips, and then we're done. Oh my god. Okay, so bottom lash line is done. I popped on some Flossies, and I used my Tati lashes in the style TL3. These are my favorite lashes of all time at the moment. Right now. Okay, right now. So I'm going to take my Sephora Cream Lip Stain in number 2, and we're going to try this lip again. Okay, you guys, so this is the completed look. I hope you guys enjoyed watching me chit chat and ramble and do my makeup. I love this look. I think it's very simple yet sultry and so cute. If you guys try out this look at home, make sure you guys let me know. Tag me in your recreations on my Instagram. And if you guys enjoyed hearing about my top 3 things that I wish I knew about VSG surgery, then make sure you guys also comment down below and let me know what you guys learned or anything you guys like agree with, if you guys are experiencing some of these things yourself. I definitely love to chit chat with you guys, and I appreciate all the love you guys have been showing me and leaving me down in my comments, in my DMs. You guys are so sweet, and you guys really motivate me to keep pushing. I feel like a big part of, you know, me continuing to push forward and try to find different things and find things that make me feel good about myself and, like, you know, enjoy this process and not necessarily dwell in the frustrations that I have with this process really wraps around like me being able to share this story with you guys. I'm so happy that I decided to put this on YouTube and share it with you guys, and I'm so happy that you guys are really just showing me the love and showing me the support back and not really judging me and understanding that I'm human. And that just, I don't know what else to say, and I just want to say thank you. And alright, I'm done. If you guys haven't already, make sure you turn on my notifications, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!